radio.
They're coming.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to podcast listeners.
Oh, it's the Truman Show.
Yes, depending on when and where you are listening to this pod around the world. Remember, do send your shout-outs to us.
Or your she-how-outs.
At Fitzy and Whipper. You can do that on the Instagram page. In this episode, we've got Tom Time coming up and Shut the Fact Up.
Which is, ironically, probably what Daniel from Maths wanted Whipper to do, to shut the fact up. Because, can I just tell you, it has never felt as icy in the studio as when Daniel and Carolina came in this morning. It was stone cold.
We get a lot of Married at First Sight interviews in, and this was the coldest of the lot. So that episode is already up. It's not actually in this episode. Make sure, if you're not a maths guy, go and listen to this anyway.
Listen to it just to hear Whipper shut him down. I got
so good.
third-degree embarrassment from them sitting there, honestly. It makes me cringe.
And we're going to kick this episode off with a big Matt de Groot stuff-up.
Fitzy and Whipper.
All right, we need to talk about this because it went to air, I think, on Monday, maybe Tuesday, and I was just in shock and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I felt for the man. He's a member of our team. Matt de Groot told us this story.
My grandfather died. They gave $50,000 to all the grandkids.
Wow.
Massive. And I was having coffee with a fella who was an elder gentleman and had lost all his money in the GFC.
Right.
Yeah. And he was gutted, shattered. And I was sitting there having coffee with him and he was in tears. And I was like, oh, God, I've got this money. So I went and gave him $30,000.
What for him?
And I'm like, hey, Al, could you just pull over at the CommBank here? And I went in there and pulled out a $30,000 money order.
He didn't accept it, though, did he?
He did.
Matty, I want to talk about this further.
Yes,
Firstly, can we clear up? I mean, $50,000 from your grandfather, and then you gave this guy 30. How old were you?
Maybe early 20s, probably 21, I would guess. Yeah.
I find it really strange that he accepted the money.
Yes, that's one of the things that has bubbled away as the years have gone on.
And you sit back now as, a young dad and a husband, and you think $30,000. What does that mean?
Well, you think about it, I was on probably about $55,000 at the time. Then you get a one-off check for $50,000. It's more money than you know how to comprehend. All I wanted to do was buy a new sound system for my car and some return flights to the US to go on a holiday. And everything after that was bonus money. And I thought, well, I'm a young guy with earning potential for the rest of my life, and this guy has lost everything and got nothing.
He's also had his
this will
go.
help him.
He's had his crack. I want to know, when you got back in the car and you handed him a bank check, did you?
I handed it in an envelope and I said, don't open it until I leave, because I didn't want to be there when he did, because I didn't want him to give it back. I didn't want him to look at it, break down. He was a proud man, a very successful businessman. I didn't want him to have that moment of realising a young guy was bailing him out.
He gets home, he opens the envelope, he sees the $30,000. Does he pick up the phone and ring you?
I didn't hear from him for a little while.
Like what?
A day and a half.
That's weird.
Yeah,
so
this whole thing's weird.
But I knew that it would be very difficult for him to battle with the fact that he was at that stage. His plan, and I'm talking, he was a rich guy, right? His plan was to buy a hotel and make it a hotel for the homeless when he made his first $100 million.
Right.
So he lost it all. So the thought of taking money from a young guy would not have sat well with him.
If he lost all his money in the GFC, he's a bit of a gambler, right? So he has a problem. So he has been given this money, and that's where the addiction kicks in, and he goes, well, fine, no worries, I'll take it. That's all right. I've lost in my life before, and everything will be okay. So he's telling himself in his mind that this is okay to take.
Yeah, and let me just clarify. He's not a gambler in the gaming sense. He was a gambler in the business sense, and he put all of his money in a business development that fell over.
It's the same. It is the same.
Sure.
He's a gambler. There's an element of that where you're taking huge risks. Huge risks.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
So a day and a half goes by.
Yeah.
He finally calls you, does he?
Yeah.
And how did that conversation go?
He was overwhelmed, and he said, this is too much money to give back. And I said, Ella, I don't want it back.
This is too much money to give back.
Yeah, he's
what
like,
does that
this,
mean?
I can use this. You know, if it was 10 grand or something, then maybe not. But for $30,000, I can maybe start to scrap something together. He was one of those people that was always flicking through the real estate pages going, that's a bargain, I can do something here, I can make something work. And so he also wrote a letter to my parents, which was the first they had heard about it, because obviously it was an inheritance check, and they were not thrilled.
So they were furious and said, Matt, I understand how big your heart is, but this is not the right thing or the necessary thing to do.
Yeah, and knowing now a lot more about the value of the dollar, but also the value of it being earned by your grandparents, to give it to your grandson and then to give it to a bloke who lost it all in business
Gambling addict,
a businessman.
Did he say at all, hey, you know what, I'm going to turn this 30 into something and then I'll return the 30? Was there anything like
Look,
that?
he didn't say that. I'll be 100% honest and go, look, if he's the kind of businessman that can make $100 million, I'm probably making an investment in my future here, and at some stage it'll come back to me in triple fold. But if it doesn't, that's fine too, because I don't need the money right now. Now, years on, needed the money.
Imagine that 30 now, hey?
Yeah, but, you know, I would have spent it on other dumb stuff. I wouldn't have done anything smart with it anyway. But that does, when you get to the end of your pay cycle and you switch to credit over savings and you sit there and go, could have used that
Hanging
money.
out for the 15th of every month.
Yeah.
MDG, amazing story.
And this is where you say, we've got you back.
And when we heard this story, we were so moved, we thought, we've definitely got you back. We've taken the remainder of your balance out of your account.
Great.
But I want to know, because that moment where the penny dropped and you went, maybe that wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Probably when the letter arrived and your mum and dad sat you down and said, Matthew, we need a chat. We want to know if you regret the gift that you gave. Matt de Groot shared that a friend that was in hard times and he'd been left some money from his grandfather, MDG gave him $30,000 and said, hope you get back on your feet. You're not going to believe it, Matty.
Yes, mate.
He's actually called the show.
He has not called the show.
What's his name?
Not going to say his name.
Go ahead, Dennis.
No, it's not Dennis. The person has tried to get in touch and wants to catch up. I'm not there yet.
But mate,
I'm a bit bitter about it now.
He might have the 30 ready to go.
Maybe. His daughter reached out. His daughter reached out, sent a message and said, I would love to catch up with you. Not because he couldn't text, but he's an older guy now, and just through her, easier to communicate. And I just haven't been able to think about facing him, because I am mad that he took the money. I must say, I am mad that he took the money. Now that we are 10 years
anonymous, old. If he remains anonymous, could we talk to him?
I don't think that's the kind of thing that should be broadcast.
How much do you value your job, Matt?
How much do you want the 30?
But it's like it was like Alan Bond. I mean, Alan Bond went bankrupt 2 or 3 times before he made his money again. This is the thing. Like these people have they have a dedication just to make money all the time, and obviously they take these high risks. Doesn't work out. Sometimes they make money again. It's like it's
unemotional.
It's so fascinating.
And that was part of it. And without doubt, I thought, well, if this guy is this big successful business guy, he'll be able to use this money and turn it around. Not knowing, firstly, that 30 grand in the grand scheme of tens of millions of dollars of debt is absolutely nothing. And secondly, that it is really hard to crawl out of bankruptcy.
Yeah, it is big time. Janet in Redfern, or Jeanette, is it in Redfern? Hello. Is it Janet
Hello.
or is it Janet?
Jeanette.
Jeanette, sorry. Tell me this. What did you regret giving?
A lot of years back now, I had a boyfriend that went for St. George, and I went to a lot of trouble and got him a jersey and got it all signed by the players. And a few months later, found out that he was cheating with a neighbour.
With the neighbour?
So I burned him all. Burnt the jersey plus his clothes.
Good on you, Jeanette.
You burnt his jersey and all his clothes?
Yep.
What, in the backyard? Bit of fuel?
Front yard.
Front
Bonfire.
yard. Sorry. Very different.
Well, it means the neighbours can watch then, see what he's done.
It was unfortunate he was wearing it at the time as well, which was weird.
Yes, it was.
Great story, Jeanette. It's Janet,
there
isn't
would
it?
have been some big players for the Dragons too back then as well. Jamil has given us a call from Punchbowl. What gift did you give that you wanted back?
Hey guys, my hubby, being the lovely guy that he is, was around Christmas time and he gave out a whole bunch of lottery tickets to his mates.
Yeah.
And one of his mates ends up winning like $5,000 and telling him all about it. I'm like, man, are you serious? Talk about bad luck.
Was there anything offered back?
No way.
No, this is the big question with lotto tickets. If you're buying one or scratchies for someone's birthday, you've got to get a small percentage of
Half.
the winnings back.
At least half.
No, you don't. You gifted them that. Plus, they shouldn't tell you. Like, if you win on a gifted lotto ticket, zip it.
Right, so if you've won 10K, you go, mate, thanks so much for the scratchy. Unfortunately, no win.
Yeah, it's just 10K. Just slip it into your account. That's
No
it.
win today.
Wouldn't you like take them out for dinner or at least to have an interstate trip or something together and just say thanks for the scratchy?
Yeah.
Jamila, thanks for your call. Great story.
I wish I gave Al a signed Dragons jersey. No.
As he probably burnt that $30,000 in his front yard to him, did he? Just to keep him warm.
Ocean, pool, hot tub, or all of the above? Make up for missed holidays with whatif.com. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Test. And now it's time for Tom, the overweight-looking Russell Brand producer. Time. Tom time.
Yes, good morning. Fitzy, Whipper, Sarah, Matt to Groot on a Thursday morning. Lovely to see you guys. And this morning, the prize for Tom Time, if you get the third question correct, is $250 to spend at whatif.com. What if it's Aussie for travel? Nice ding.
Update on Tom, guys. Got this one from his wife. As we know, he does a workout in the communal backyard area at his place. His wife, Inga, spotted him the other day without a shirt on doing his workout in the communal area. And he said it's because my singlet that he normally wears
Here we go.
was too on the nose. So I did my workout without a shirt on.
Yeah, that's
me. Other residents of Cremorne Point, it was declared a disaster zone, and they fled.
Tommy,
well said, guys.
With the communal building, where do you dry your clothes? Do you do it on the balcony or do you have to dry with everyone else?
Well, the other day, we all do it out the back, and I nearly copped one of the neighbours' I was about to say the P word, undies in my face.
Did you really?
Yeah. Poor Sam.
She was wearing them at the time, which was a bit weird.
And it's strange that you've accidentally picked up the girl upstairs underpants and taken them back to your apartment. You creep.
Not convicted, guys, so we're all in the clear. Let's say hi to Nathan in Springfield. Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, that's strong.
Really good, Nathan.
Really strong. Okay, question number one. Who has discovered an app that helps him cheat on Wordle? Fitzy or Whipper?
Oh, that'd be Whopper for sure.
Sorry, Nate. I'll just jump in, mate. It's Whipper. Let's get that right. Look, it's just a friendly word suggestion game when you're stumped a little bit if you do your Wordle each morning. Tough one yesterday. Haven't had a look today. Good luck, all those playing Wordle.
What was the word yesterday, Whip?
No.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. We can say that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was it again?
Or was it the day before? Slosh. Was it
Slosh.
How about Whipper put in
Okay,
losh and then looked at me and goes, I didn't know this was a word. Was it losh? You put in something
like
ridiculous.
that. Yeah, and I was waiting for all the letters to wobble. Nothing wobbled, and it accepted it as a try. And I went, oh, man, I didn't even think that was.
Nothing wobbled. All right, question number two. Now, Sarah gives a lot. Sarah gives a lot on this show and doesn't ask for much in return. However, when Sarah asked one of the boys if she could stay at his interstate house...
Wow.
Was it Fitzy or Whipper who refused to give her the keys for a short stay?
The big man with a spicy cough.
You said.
Yeah.
Now, I've actually got some audio here. Would you like to hear the moment where Sarah gets shut down by Ryan James?
Oh, Fitz, I meant to ask, when's your house finished in Adelaide?
It won't be till about September, October.
So James and I have a wedding in Adelaide, November 19. Do you want to give me the keys?
Oh, you should go and have a look for sure.
No, I mean
Mum
stay
will
there.
let you through. There'll be no furniture in it.
What if we brought blow-up beds?
Well, no, we got to work all that out. This is all going to work out.
What?
You have.
No. That's not an edit, Fitzy. That was it.
Edited that.
No.
This, do you know what? It feels like I'm on Married at First Sight at the moment.
Do you know
this
what?
is crazy.
And it took me to suggest one of your other 5 houses that Sarah could stay at. I had to suggest the property that she could stay at that was yours.
Still haven't got a commitment.
Well done, mate. Thank
You
God
weren't
we've
even
got
going to
you.
offer her anything. Poor thing would have been at a hotel.
Question number
God we've got
3. Nathan, get this correct and you win, the What If cash. Now, producer Jess and I told one of the boys, we had a little bit of a joke, and we told one of the boys that our breakfast office was being renoed, so they'd have to sit out with the sales team. Now, who cracked it and said, I don't ever want to sit with the sales team ever in my life? Who would that be? Fitzy or Whipper?
Whopper thing.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah, well,
If it's Whipper. Tom, I love the sales team. I love all the guys out there. Love chatting to them on the way to the kitchen, things like that. All the lads.
Yeah, well, you weren't so keen when we told you you'd be sitting right beside them.
Wasn't funny, Tom. All right, let's get into this, guys, because I really felt for a woman. We went out for dinner on Friday night as a family, the old 5 o'clock booking. That's when you know you've got young kids and you're out of there by about 5:30.
Awesome.
You know when you book a restaurant with kids and you want an early one and they go, yeah, for 5 o'clock, we can do 5 o'clock. You'll need to be out by 8. All right, we've got our next sitting at 8:30. You'll need to be out by 8. And you go, oh, no, we're gone at 5:30. Don't worry about that. It's a smash and grab. We will stuff it in our face, leave a mess and walk out the door. We went to an all-you-can-eat. What was interesting was I really felt for the lady that was serving us. Her name was Susan. Now, that's fine. Susan's a lovely name. The only issue was it was a Chinese restaurant, and in the middle of the table is a lazy Susan. So I don't know how many times when I said, oh, you're Susan, and she went, yeah, not the lazy one. And I just thought...
Where did Lazy Susan come from?
Great
where does
question.
the name for that utensil come from?
It's a bit offensive when you think about it.
Well, I suppose maybe there was a woman whose name was Susan who said, I'm not going to serve you anymore and I'm not going to bring your dish to the other side of the table. Here's an invention. It's a spinning disc. And it's going to rotate a plate to the other side.
It's amazing.
It's genius.
Have you ever been to someone's house who has a Lazy Susan?
No, but I want one.
It's so good. Just, and you forget, can you pass us the spring roll? Oh, no, you don't have to.
Spin it to me.
It's awesome. Just spin it around.
Spin it around.
But see, the kids go a bit too hard on it, and then all of a sudden fried rice goes everywhere.
Yeah,
It's soy sauce.
flying off the side of the lazy Susan. But I thought, if your name is Susan, don't go and work at a Chinese restaurant. Don't do that. Anyway, I was just thinking, because not long after that we went out for we went out for lunch, and we'd ordered a couple of Bloody Marys. And I thought, I wonder if there's someone out there, Mary, who's just sick of being Bloody Mary. Or if you had a daughter who grew up with an angry father who just yelled out the entire time, Bloody Mary! Who let the dog out? 13 24 10. What's associated with your name that you're not happy about? I'd love to know. I mean, if you're like a Nigel No Mates,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
a
it's
tough
the
one.
running joke, and you now have to live with that because it's catchy. I mean, a Karen's just a Karen. It doesn't even
Debbie.
need a descriptor. Yeah, Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
What if your name's
If you're
Debbie?
Debbie Downers they cop it all the time, don't they?
I mean, if you're Debbie, that's a tough one. You're not going to be in a happy situation. 13 24 10. My mum uses this one a fair bit. Oh, she was a bit of a nervous Nelly.
Yeah, that's an oldie, isn't
Yeah,
it?
not many Nellies getting around at the moment, are there? If you're living with a name and it's got a bit of a stigma or a nickname attached to it, like the lady I met the other night at the Chinese restaurant, her name was Susan. She said, yeah, but I'm not the lazy one. I thought, how many times has Susan had to say that? Because in the middle of the table, there's ye old lazy Susan. Reese in Greenacre, give us your nickname.
My nickname's Spitty.
Is what?
Spitty.
Spitty.
S-P-I-T-T-Y.
Spitty.
Spitty Reese. Reese Spitty?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, the funniest thing is the joint combination of mine and my partner's. My partner's last name is Below.
Oh, no. Oh, my.
So the running joke is who blows and who spits.
Spitty blow.
Oh, no.
Okay. I thought we were going to get something different to that, Reese.
Sandy in Narrenburn, what nickname do you get, Sandy?
Well, I either get Sandy Beaches or they
Yep.
start singing Sandy from Greece.
Oh, Sandy.
That's the one.
That is frustrating, Sandy. And there's never any clever comeback you can have, is there? No. Thanks, Sandy. Michael, hello.
Good morning.
What do you get, big guy?
Yeah, I get Mojo.
Mojo?
Why Mojo?
Mojo, yeah. Well, in school, they called me, like, my name was Michael Ian James Owen kind of thing. And they come up with Mojo somehow, and it's stuck through high school.
Yeah, this is completely different to what I was expecting we were going to sort of get. We've missed the point on this one a little bit.
Debbie, okay, Debbie in Dundas. Oh, no. Debbie, what do you cop?
What do you get?
I cop Debbie Does Dallas.
Thank you, we got one.
Well, Debbie does Dundas.
Yep.
Debbie, you haven't...
Whipper actually tried Debbie Does Dundas a couple of weeks ago when I was on air. I said, yes, if I don't get that all the time.
Yeah, sorry, Debbie, but thank you for calling back and getting on the show again. Basic, you just made the same joke. Amy.
Well done.
Amy in St. Ives. What nickname do you get, Aim?
I get Lucky. So lucky you're with Amy.
Yeah.
That is a beauty.
All right, we're getting somewhere. It took a while.
Do they sing it to you as well, Amy?
Yeah,
they sing it to you?
random strangers sing it to me.
Do you know what, Amy? I met a girl at the pub one time, and her name was spelt AAMI.
Oh,
believe it or not. Yeah. And that her mum and dad thought it was a clever way to spell it. Believe it or not. Thanks, Aim.
Scott from Hobartville. Scott, no friends?
There it is.
Scotty, bit sick of that one, are you, mate?
Yeah, especially when you've said it on air before.
Oh, so you've been on as well.
Fitzy and Whippers.
They're not facts, they're fantastical facts. They're absolutely not facts.
The fact.
Shut the fact up. As the rain comes down, we're going to go around the room here and you need to work out exactly what is the true fact and who's telling a couple of fibs this morning, Tommy?
Yeah, that's right. Each of the team have brought in a fake fact, except for one of you who I've secretly selected to bring in a true fact. And it's our caller's job this morning. It's Adele from Miranda. It's her job to work out which is the true fact amongst all the fake ones.
Okay.
Adele. Hello.
Oh, very
Hi.
Hi, Adele.
That's so good. Fitzgerald, would you like to kick off with your fact this morning?
Well, I've got the true one here, and this is going to blow everybody's mind. But if you flash your lights when you're stopped at a red light, it can accelerate the light turning green. Now, if you don't believe me, it's the technique that emergency services use with their flashing lights when they're approaching traffic lights.
They do that, don't they? They flash them.
Yep.
But I thought that was to notify other cars. Yeah.
No. If they have to get to someone very quickly, the flashing lights are picked up by traffic lights and they will turn green quicker so the emergency services go through. So if you're at the front of the line at a red light, if you flash your lights, it'll turn green quicker.
Wow. So how annoying, though, if you're in an emergency situation, there's a car in front of you and the lights can't see your lights. So those big lights are like, traffic lights are like eyeballs looking for flashing lights.
Okay, well, there you go. There's the first one. Fitzgerald. Sarah, can you give us yours?
Yes, all right. So mine's related to Batman. So Christopher Nolan, when he signed on, and Christian Bale said they only wanted to do 3 Batman films together. But the movie company put so much pressure on them to keep going that they made a pact and filmed a scene where Batman was killed off and tried to have it in that third movie, The Dark Knight Rises, so that the movie couldn't go any further.
Batman was killed off?
In this thing, yeah, and they'd filmed this and put it in the film, and then the movie execs, obviously, it was a huge fight, and they took it out.
There you go.
Says I would find it strange that has only just been released.
Well,
that
it has,
information.
though.
So I
But
would question whether that's a fact. Because
You've
I reckon
never seen Batman.
we would know about that by now.
All right.
Very
Is that a
unhelpful.
fact?
All right.
It's a
Well,
fact.
if you're such a factwick, why don't
Sorry.
you have a bit of a crack at it, mate?
I heard that. Well, this is fact, guys. In North Korea, there are 28 state-approved haircuts that you must choose from. Kim Jong-un, his haircut is not on the list as he wanted to be the only person that has that haircut. But besides that, if you go down to the hairdressers, there's only 28 and you have to choose which one so that you can be under the correct dictatorship.
Fact.
Fact, guys. I only present facts in this
And
segment.
which of the 28 have you got today? Laughter.
No,
Okay.
Well, you must be the second one with a Kim Jong-un haircut.
It's extremely rude, Ryan.
Let's go to Matt de Groot. Round us out.
Well, you were asking a bit earlier about the origin of the Lazy Susan, so I thought I'd pivot and give you the actual origin of where the name Lazy Susan came from. And this is fact, because I've been looking it up during the show. So Thomas Jefferson, who was the US president at the time when the Lazy Susan was invented, was known for being quite an elitist and very rude to his waiters. And would often refer to them as dumbwaiters. And
that's a different thing.
Which is, obviously, a dumbwaiter is a real thing. In a bid to get out of being called dumbwaiters all the time, they developed this rotating serving platter for the table for Thomas Jefferson. But because he was, again, a bit of a a-hole, rather than just refer to it as a rotating thing, he called it after his least favourite servant, Susan, and called it the Lazy Susan.
Oh, there you go. Is that true?
That is 100%
that's
accurate.
the longest lie I've ever heard.
Well, I wouldn't lie and make up something so ridiculous.
Okay.
All right, Adele from Miranda. Who do you think is telling the truth? So we've got the flashing your headlights from Fitzy. It makes you go far, makes the red lights speed up. Says with Batman being killed off and the reason why. We've got Whip's North Korean haircuts. And the origin of the Lazy Susan from Matt de Groot. Who do you think, Adele?
I think it's the North Korean one.
You know what? You are spot on!
Felt real.
You can only get 28 state-approved haircuts. You can't go in and say, short back and sides, I'm sorry, it's not on the wall. I'll have number 14, please, to go.
2 people enter. Only one leaves.
Lock the door!
There's 60 seconds on the clock.
Time to dance.
It's time to play Last Man Standing. Experience Oppo with the A54S smartphone and Enco X earphones.
Visit oppo.com/au.
All right, let's get straight into it. Maddie in Normanhurst. Good morning, Maddie. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, you're a teacher. You should do all right at this, Maddie, but you've got to get past Michelle in Wollongong. You're a teacher as well, Michelle. Is that correct?
It is.
Oh, good girl. All right,
Okay,
we've got
Michelle,
2
just turn your
teachers
radio
today.
down in the background there, Michelle. We can hear it coming through.
Is that better?
All right.
That's better. Maddie, you're going first. You get one wrong, power goes over to Michelle. Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds gets that Oppo Tech Bundle. Maddie, your 60 seconds starts now. What is the name of Homer Simpson's boss in The Simpsons?
Mr. Burns.
That is correct. Which member of the Jenner Kardashian family recently changed her baby's name from Wolf?
Kylie.
Yes.
Kylie Jenner is correct. Snap, Crackle and Pop are mascots from which famous cereal?
Rice Bubbles. Kellogg.
Yes. What currency is used in Mexico?
Peso.
Yes. Who wrote the books Horton Hears a Who and The Lorax?
Dr. Seuss.
That is correct. How many kilograms are there in a metric ton?
1,000.
That is correct. A kumquat is a type of what?
Type of fruit.
That is a type of fruit. In The Lion King, what was the name of Simba's father?
Mufasa.
Mufasa is correct. What is the fabric denim made of?
Doesn't matter. Maddie, you've got all the way. That is a clean sweep. Maddie, congratulations. You've taken out the tech bundle from Oppo. That is an awesome win. And you know what we normally do, because Michelle didn't have a crack, love to welcome Michelle back for tomorrow, Tommy, if we can.
Yeah, you bet you're in, Michelle, this time tomorrow.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
Isn't that great? 2 teachers battling it out. Well done, Maddie. You are today's winner.
We have got Daniel and Carolina coming in from Married at First Sight. Now, we're trying to work out why you would want to go back on the show. And actually, Mitch said this on the show last night.
I just don't like the guy. Everything he did, I mean, he could have just continued that relationship on the outside. That's my perspective on what he should have done.
Oh, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Why can't you continue that relationship and not go back on the show? What I want to ask them is, do they get paid extra to go back?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they do?
100%. 100%. They'd be paid on a weekly basis based on how long they're on the show.
And then it's like, okay, because you guys have got a new relationship, here's another $50,000 if you go back and you try to get back onto the show.
Mate, these are the big questions. Let's ask that question. I want to know. Poor Dion last night was fired up as well.
Well, Dion, there was another... You know the last time I told you where they're taking grabs of Dion and just putting it into other sentences and mashing it up. There was another ripper last night. I mean, have a listen to this one.
I don't even know if they're still together, but I highly doubt it.
No, they did not.
I reckon there's 3 or 4 different smashed into one there.
Did they?
I don't even know if they're still together, but I highly doubt it.
You can hear them tripping.
That sounds like something we've done at this end as a joke. Did they honestly play that last night?
They play it again, Leno.
I don't even know if they're still together, but I highly doubt it.
Oh, that's naughty, isn't it?
Oh, who is in the edit suite? Because you need to get someone else.
Wow.
How close are you to your ex? I would say a majority of failed relationships, they do go south. You don't really keep in touch. You move on with your life and you try to find love with somebody else. But there are a lot of people out there that like to stay very, very close to their exes and they still stay friends. Anyone else in the team?
Look, you've picked on me before for this, but I have relationships with all my exes, really. Because I think it's important because you've shared such a special time. Even when the ending of the relationship may have been a complete blow-up and a disaster, I think you still need to recognise that you shared something, not just personally, but, you know, a lot of the memories, a lot of the stories, you shared information, right? You shared yourself with that person. So I would always I'd go above and beyond for an ex of mine. I'm not saying they've won a ticket to freedom.
You can be friendly, though. You don't have to...
They miss me.
But you don't have to hang out with them.
No, you don't.
Like, I haven't parted on bad terms, and obviously with the ex-husband, we're on good terms now. So it's all okay, but I'm not catching up with them.
No, you don't need to do that.
No.
Didn't Whipper, you have a conversation with Sarah the other day saying that you caught up with an ex and how a group of people on another table came over and thought you were still such a legend?
No, I was...
Well, it's so good now that you're at home and down the line and we don't think you're listening.
You're trying to throw a couple of bombs. That's what you're trying to do. I've seen this behaviour before when you're at home and you've got COVID. I was suggesting that the girl that I went out with that I took to the south of France was a bit of a... It was just a bit of a tricky situation at a wedding that I went to with her, which was an off-air conversation.
I think your words were that they still think that the whip is a bit of a legend.
No, I would never have said that. I would have said whipper.
I mean, we were off mic, so I'm astonished you heard.
It was a weird wedding. I'd flown back into the country. We hadn't caught up in a while. And as it turns out, the relationship did not go too much further.
But you're still all friends.
If you've still got a great relationship with your ex, though, I think, I mean, if you can take it to this level, it's pretty good. So this guy has split up with this girl, Courtney, and he wants to move on and he wants to find love again. They're still really, really good friends. He's actually asked her, would you mind on my Hinge profile if you could actually leave a message for future girls to say how much of a catch I was?
Oh, rate and review.
Yep, and this is the message that she's left for future love.
Hey girls, it's Bennett's ex-girlfriend, and I just really wanted to get on here and let you guys know that he is such a catch. We're just friends now, like there's no feelings towards each other, so don't worry about me. But I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know that he really will treat you right, and he's just incredible. He can't wait to talk to you guys. Why? And maybe we'll meet someday. Bye.
That's awesome.
It's a lie. If he was that good, they'd be together.
No, disagree entirely.
No, it's like when you go to buy a car, a second-hand car, and you say to the owner why you're selling it, and they go, just got to move on. I love this car so much, though. It's absolutely perfect. No, there's a reason.
No. So you're saying every person who is an ex of yours has some sort of deficiency that they shouldn't be celebrated as a person. They should be warned. Other people should be warned to avoid them for that deficiency.
At the time, there's a reason that the relationship hasn't worked due to a flaw in one of us.
So what if someone said to Lisa when you guys were dating, he was this, and this to me? And you then missed out on your chance. But you're a different person with Lisa because...
That's a completely different thing. That's a big up, not a put down. This is someone saying, this guy is perfect, but I don't want to... I'm not interested in this gold nugget.
Oh, I disagree.
It's worth a fortune.
That's nice to do that for somebody.
Nah.
No, that's mean.
I think the worst thing... I think the worst thing is this guy's asked his ex to leave a message for future girlfriends. Like, on a Hinge profile?
Yeah, reference.
Can you just leave a message pumping me up?
Something's wrong that she's not revealing. I mean, did you hear the edit there at the end there? It was quite a quick chop because I think she went on to say he's disappointing in the bedroom, he can't cook, he's got bad BO, and he's a no-hoper. That bit was cut out. There must be something wrong. That guy can't be that good.
Well
said,
Whip. A gun to her head or something like that, and she can wind it up quickly.
How much did he pay her? There's the other question.
Fitzy and Whippers.
Double studs at openings. Don't make me tell you again.
You do what?
Graduate with hands-on, job-ready skills that employers are desperately looking for. Search TAFE New South Wales and make the switch today.
You do what? We're going to give you
$500. Yeah, $500 cash up for grabs straight away. 13 24 10. There's a couple of openings here if you want to get involved. We're going to describe a job profession to you. You got to correct guess. Oh my God! Correctly guess it, and if you can get that profession, the $500, then you have an opportunity for the mystery prize, which I have just seen.
Yep. It's not a bad prize this morning, I'll say that much. It'll be your call, though, whether you want the 500 or you can take that mystery prize. Tim in Elderslie, hello.
Hey, mate, how you going?
Timmy, what do you do for work?
I work in aircon.
Aircon, righto. Here we go. You got to guess the occupation here. I'm going to give you the clues, okay? The first one for you, Tim, this morning is this. Normally, people receive 5 stars for a job well done, but I'll settle for 3. Any idea what that... Sorry, mate?
Uber driver?
No, it's not.
That's a great guess, though, Timmy. Really good. Let's go to Annie now in Padstow. Hi, Annie.
Hey, guys.
All right, Annie.
All right. Normally people receive 5 stars for a job well done, but I'll settle for 3. Second clue, I'm an artist of sorts, but my tools aren't paintbrushes.
Oh, gosh. An artist of sorts.
Have a crack, Annie.
I'm going to say a builder.
Oh, good try.
No, it's not.
Incorrect.
No, it's not, Annie. Thank you for playing.
Karen in Balmain. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
All right. Normally people receive 5 stars for a job well done, but I'll settle for 3. I'm an artist of sorts, but my tools aren't paintbrushes. Clue number 3, Whipper visits me often. Got to think what Whipper loves to do in his life and talks about on air quite a bit, Karen. That is a big clue.
Karen,
what's the profession?
I'm going to help you out, Karen. It's not a personal trainer.
Oh, dear. Oh, God.
Have a swing, Karen.
What does Whipper love?
He loves many things.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Sorry, Karen. We love you. We have to say goodbye.
All right, let's go to Anna now in Mascot. Anna, your 4th clue. The 4th clue this morning is people love putting my work in their mouth. What is the job profession? It's a chef.
It's a chef. You're spot on. Do you know what? I was about to say my next clue for you, Anna, is I've just received a text message from Matt Moran. So he's playing along at the moment. Matty, you were spot on, just like Anna. It's a chef. Matt, you win nothing. Anna, you get $500 or you can have a crack at the mystery prize this morning. What do you want to do, Anna?
Mystery prize.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it. You've won yourself a deluxe DeLonghi coffee machine valued at $900.
Well done, Anna.
The Fitzy and Whippers Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.